Good morning, students. Our new lesson today is lesson 2, birds, nest, homing and flight. The given image will be your homework. You find out the name of all these houses, okay? Like humans, birds also build nest for the same reason as we build our house. Birds build a nest to lay their eggs, hatch and nurture their young ones till the time they can fly away. They build their nest to lay eggs and to protect their young ones from enemies and to protect during bad weather condition. It is also very important for the birds to protect their newly hatched young ones from being eaten up by bigger birds and other animals. Okay? Birds make different kinds of nest. Okay. Every kind of bird has its unique way of building its own nest. So let's learn about them. Okay. Let's know about how birds make their nest. Okay. Birds collect dry leaves, straw, hay, grass, and twigs to make their nest. They make their nest soft inside using pieces of cotton or feathers. They select a very hidden place in the branches of trees where the nest will not be noticed by other birds and animals. That is how the birds they build their nest, right? Here we are going to discuss about the different types of nest built by many different birds. Okay. First one is about ground nest. This is a type of nest that is built by birds below the ground. So, such birds like penguins, ducks, and some vultures make small holes in the soil and lay their eggs. This kind of birds, ये लोग मिट्टी में नेस्ट बनाता है, ओके? एंड उसको अंडा को नहीं गिरने के लिए क्या होता है? They cover their nest surrounds by the people's grasses and feathers so that their nest it will not roll away to another place. Okay, and some birds are there like owls. They don't even remove the soil. उसको माटी को नहीं खून के क्या होता है ऐसे डायरेक्ट अंडा को नीचे में गिरा देता है. Okay, so this type of nest are called ground nest. Next is burrow nest. So there are also some animals that live inside underground, right? And those houses, animal houses, are called burrow. ना rabbit का घर को क्या बोलते हैं? burrow बोलते हैं ना. These birds, such like parrots, kingfishers, owls, ये लोग भी ना क्या होता है? मिट्टी को खूंदता है. Okay. The previous one, the ground nest was a थोड़ा सा मिट्टी को पहाड़ में ऐसा ऐसा करके वो लोग बनाने वालों ground nest बोलता है ना. And the second one is burrow nest is where they make a hole under the ground, okay, so that they can go inside the hole and lay their eggs. There are also some other animals who directly use the holes of other birds or animals, okay, and this type of nest are called burrow nest. Okay, next is cavity nest, a nest that or a hole that are made in a tree. Animals like woodpeckers and owls, they make holes in the tree to make their nest. Okay, sometimes they just snit or use a hole which is already made. So the holes that are made in the trees are called cavity nest. Platform nest. Platform nests are those type of house of birds that are built very high from the ground. मतलब कि बहुत ऊंचा में बनाया हुआ. Okay. Such type of nests are made by eagles. The type of platform nests are very large, बहुत बड़ा होता है घर जो और बियर का सबसे ऊपर में बनाता है बोल रहा है. Okay. And cupped nest. This type of nest it looks like a cup or a bowl. Okay. दिखने में गप और बाउल का जैसा होता है and it is made with a variety बहुत सारा materials collect करके बनाया हुआ है such as twigs, branches, feathers and grass. Okay. Birds such as hummingbirds and sparrows, they make this type of nest which are called cup nest. Okay. And suspended nest. Suspended nest which means hanging type of nest. ऐसा वाला नेस्ट जो उल्टा तरफ से बनाया हुआ है. This type of nest hang from their sides from the branches of tree. And this nest they look like a hanging cups. And there is a small hole opening at the bottom of the nest so that the bird can enter. And this type of nests were built by weaver birds, and it is built from the downward from the branches of a tree. Some other types of nest. A Della bird is a very small bird, okay? And its nest is built in a very different way. They build their nest by sewing together materials such as thread. ये क्या होता है? This type of birds, they build a nest like we stitch a clothes. मतलब के thread होता है ना, thread से कपड़ा सिलता है ना. In that way, they also build their nest with the help of their beak. उसका beak जो ना needle जैसा use करता है बोला है. Okay. And cuckoo are also the different birds. They do not make their own nest, but they lay their eggs in the nest of other birds. मतलब कि दूसरा का घर में डायरेक्ट जगह अंडा को देता है बोला है. Now let's learn how the birds take care of their babies. The mother birds, they lay their eggs as soon as they build their nest and sits on the eggs to keep them warm and protect from other animals and bad weather condition. Okay. And once the eggs are hatched, the baby birds come out from the egg, and the babies of a bird, they are very weak and they don't have wings or feathers at first. Okay. They cannot eat their food by themselves and cannot fly. So the mother birds, they feed them and keep them warm and protect from their enemies. Later, the baby birds grow feathers and wings, and they can learn how to fly. How do birds fly? The birds can fly with the help of their wings and feathers, right? Birds, they have light and hollow bones and streamlined bodies. They can lift themselves easily and fly with the help of their wings by flapping them. Okay. Flapping means by moving their wings up, down, and upwards and downwards. So the upward movement of the wings is called the upstroke, and the downward moving of the wing is called the downstroke. The birds also have a tail. The tail helps them in changing the direction while they are flying. उनका पुचर जो ना, it helps them while changing their direction. Okay, while flying. I mean to change the direction while flying in the air. Okay, feathers. The body of a bird is covered with feathers. As we wear clothes, since the birds or animals they do not have clothes, the birds they have feathers to cover their body and to keep them warm, and these feathers are very light and strong. बहुत हल्का है लेकिन बहुत ताकत होता है. Okay. So there are two types of feathers of a bird. That is down feathers and flight feathers. दो तरह का feathers होता है. The feathers that cover the body, which is called the fluffy feathers, are called the down feathers. मतलब छोटा वाला जो ना उसको down feathers बोलता है. And these feathers, it help the birds to keep them warm. And the long and strong feathers that are attached to the wings. देखो लंबा लंबा बाल दिखाई दे रहे हैं ना इधर में. And उसका पुछोर tail, they are called the flight feathers. These feathers, it help the birds to fly. Okay. Birds migration. There are some birds that fly very distance and move from one place to another. This type of birds are called migratory birds. Alright. They fly a very long distance from one place to another in search of food. So this type is called migration. Such birds like Addictants are known to undertake the longest journey from one end to the earth to the other. This bird is known as Addictants. ये बर्ड्स जो बहुत दूर में फ्लाई करके जाता है बोला है. ओके. जब उसका जगह में खाना खत्म हो जाएगा दूसरा जगह में खाना ढूंढने के लिए बहुत दूर उड़ के जाता है बोला है. ओके. That is all about the birds homing, nest and flight. Okay, now let's recall the lessons. Most birds build nests to lay their eggs and to protect their young ones from enemies and during bad weather condition. Different birds make different kind of nest. Birds like penguins make small holes in the soil and lay their eggs, and this type of nest is called the ground nest, right? And on page number 105, when you go for let's recall the lesson, there are the points wise are given, so you try to read that, and when you read that you will try to understand more about the lesson. Okay, as it is very important for you to read the textbook by yourself. So as a homework, please submit this, write the names of all the houses and submit to me. Listen, many of you are not submitting your assignments, and it is already informed that whoever is not submitting your homework, you are marked as absent. So keep in mind that from now on, all of you try to submit the homework, okay, or assignments that are given by us. Okay, we will end up here. Thank you.